Arsenal, man. I don't even know what to say about Arsenal. This is literally the fourth time I've tried writing the script and I just get so upset. I just leave it alone altogether. So if you are watching this video, then I probably just said fuck it. Let's get it over with. First of all, let's talk about our hopes and expectations going into the season. I remember quite vividly the lack of belief we had in Arsenal. It was unanimously understood that we would not contend for a Champions League spot. It was Man City, Man United, Chelsea and Liverpool. Those were the teams predestined to qualify for the Champions League. The Europa League spots were up for grabs between Spurs, Leicester, Arsenal and even Leeds United, as crazy as it may seem now. Leeds have been a pest up to that point, and it was quite clear that European football were in their next target. Most people thought Arsenal hadn't strengthened at all. To most people, we had one good signing, Odegaard. 3 players no one's heard of in Tommy, Lokonga and Nuno. Ben White we all thought were going to be a flop, literally everyone. And that belief was mainly based on the fact that he came from Brighton and somehow cost Arsenal 50 million. I for one didn't even believe that Odegaard was a good signing. I thought Lokonga was a gem we somehow dug up from the deepest reaches of Belgian football. He was absolutely magnificent to watch in those last pre-season games. He may still fulfill his true potential. He is so good and unbelievably clever on that ball. Let's give him a chance to prove us that he can belong in this team. So that was Arsenal, a team that just finished 8th and did not strengthen at all in the eyes of so many. We all accepted that we would have to be content with qualifying for the Europa League at best. You know, at the beginning of the season I was quite optimistic. Despite not initially liking any of the transfers except for Lokonga, I was very optimistic, unrealistically so, to the point that I maintained my position on my review of the first game against Brentford. Remember that abomination we witnessed on TV that day? God, we've gone through a lot in those first 3 games. Afterwards, we persevered and went 8 games without a defeat and got up to mid-table. Things were finally looking up for us, and we were progressing despite our horrendous attacking form. Aubameyang scored few goals at the beginning, but his goal tally dried out really quick. Up until November 20, 2021, which is the day we lost 4-0 against Liverpool, the one thing we could all agree on is how badly we needed strikers that could score. We were extremely inconsistent, and that followed us pretty much throughout the rest of the season. Fast forward a couple of weeks, we lose successive games against Manchester United and Everton, and all hell broke loose. Manchester United had just went through a run of games being absolutely humiliated by Watford, Manchester City, Liverpool and Leicester City. Everton's record was even worse than United's. Everton just went through 8 games where they only had 1 victory and lost 6 times. Relegation form basically. Unsurprisingly, those 2 defeats really angered Arsenal fans.
This manager's not doing it, Turkish. He's not doing it. You know, and that is for me where we are at this moment in time. You cannot defend what I've seen today. You cannot defend it. I'm angry. I'm hurt after that. You need a reaction after a game like that. We haven't got that reaction. It was poor. You know what I mean? Like,
many were calling for Arteta's head, myself included, because that was very unacceptable. But no matter how you looked at it, if you weren't Arteta out before the season began, then those 2 games couldn't have possibly swayed you to the other side. I never wanted Arteta, I wanted Ancelotti, but that's neither here nor there. Next came that crazy run we had in December. We go on to win 4 PL games in a row, a feat which threw everyone in a celebratory frenzy. These wins instilled within us the delusion that we could actually challenge for a Champions League spot. Remember, by that point, it was quite clear that Man United would need a miracle to fix their issues, and Spurs were just as inconsistent as Arsenal, so the race was on. Then came the transfer window, and the need to add some pieces to help bolster our attack. Additionally, we needed help in the midfield, as both Partey and Elneny had gone to the AFCON, including Oba and Pepe. The former would not return to the squad after securing a move to FC Barcelona during that same window. It was quite clear to everyone that we needed help immediately. What did we do instead? We gutted the squad completely. We let Maitland-Niles go, let Chambers go, 2 players who could have helped us in the midfield as we awaited the return of Partey and Elneny. Lokonga clearly wasn't ready to be the centerpiece of that midfield. In conclusion, we failed to bring in strikers, we failed to bring in a midfielder, and that set the clock rolling for a catastrophe down the line. What followed next was absolutely crazy stuff. Things that'll give you high blood pressure if you didn't have it already. We won 4 PL games in a row, then lose 2 in a row, we draw the next one, then we win 5 in a row, lose 1, win 1, lose 3 more, then we win 4 in a row. I mean, god damn Arsenal, are you kidding me? This stretch was somehow the best best and the worst at the same time. Unbelievable. Despite this run of inconsistencies, the expectations of Arsenal fans would change game by game. If we lost, then the Champions League had slipped away.
It's done. 6 years no Champions League, blood. It's done. It's done, fam.
If we won, then all of a sudden we could maybe catch Chelsea.
Can we do it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we can do it, and I'll tell you why we can do it, because with the 4-point cushion now, we wanted 5 points, but
That's how unpredictable both the team and the fan base were. Not a single person could tell you with absolute conviction that Arsenal were going to qualify for the Champions League. All we had was hope. Ironically enough, all our hopes and dreams led on a win against our eternal rivals at their stadium. You couldn't write this stuff up on a novel if you tried. And that's what makes this game the beautiful game. As you already know, we got beaten horrendously bad by those unsavory beings in white and dark blue, in a game which saw us get a red card and forced to play with 10 mains for most of the game again. Spurs reaped the benefit of having a world-class front three, a world-class manager, and a sense of urgency to bring in personnel in the most crucial of times. So there it is, 5th place, 2 points behind our eternal rivals, who will be enjoying the very thing we've spent so much time wanting, yearning for and dreaming about. The Champions League was no longer a possibility unless a miracle took place on the final game of the season, but the football gods were not with us. If one was to somehow find a way to time travel from the end of last season when we finished 8th place to the end of this season, that person would without a shadow of a doubt say that Arsenal has improved. In that same breath, if you were to time travel from the end of the 2015-16 season up until now, you'd absolutely be dumbfounded seeing how far Arsenal has regressed. All this to say that yes, we've undeniably improved from the 2020-2021 season, of course, but we also failed at seizing the opportunity to make up for the terrible seasons we've had previously. With that being said, I'm absolutely proud of the leap forward our youngsters made this season. Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, Martinelli and Eddie have shown that we can count on them when it matters. Now it's up to the board to get them some help. If they keep improving like this, the future of Arsenal Football Club is in great hands, and I cannot wait to cheer them on. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Like and subscribe and tell me, are you optimistic about the future of Arsenal in the Prem? Because it's looking very interesting. Alright, have a good rest of your day and I'll catch you later. Doses.